Hi, it's Eric and Riley, and I had a lot of response to the video I made about continuous vibrato. Thank you for all the comments. Now, what most of you want to know is like how to get a good continuous vibrato or good vibrato at all when you're in extended position. So here's the thing that you need to know. You can't. It can't be done. Extensions and vibrato are like, what's that thing that's for oxymoronic, a contradiction in terms. Just think, if you're shaking your hand, shake like this. Remember, this is the motion that we use when we're vibrating like this, okay? So the arm's going up and, up and down, and your fingers anchored on the fingerboard. Okay, now, take your fingers and stick your first finger out like this, and of course that creates some tension here, and try to shake your hand and move your arm. It really just doesn't work very well. And so that's why when you watch videos of your favorite professional cellists, you'll see that very few, if any, so Yo-Yo's like the only guy I know who actually manages to get a good vibrato sometimes on an extended finger. People vibrate non-extended. So let's take a look at that. If you're playing a D major scale and you've got a nice vibrato going here, if I reach and I stay extended, it's really hard. I basically cannot vibrate doing that. So what I have to do is extend and release so that I reach up and I'm not doing an extension. So I like to tell my students that extended position is a pedagogical myth. We rarely actually use extended position unless we're playing super fast, something like that. If you are playing slow enough to vibrate, extensions are simply a way of using, taking a step to go from one place on the fingerboard to another. So just think, if you were walking and you step over a puddle or something, you don't keep your legs extended out when you're doing that. So the most important thing in being able to extend and release is what you do with your left thumb. So if I come up here, I want to make sure that I bring the thumb with my second finger. Okay, if I had $1 for every time I've said that, well, actually, I do have $1 or more for every time I've said that. People who work with beginning and intermediate cellists, we get paid all the time to say, move your thumb with your second finger, and we say it over and over and over again. So I want to do this. If I don't do this, it can be really hard to get the extension, and everything's going to be out of tune. I got to let that thumb come with my second finger, and all will be well. So I'm going to rant on a little bit more about this. I've got that, and now let's say I'm going to do a fingering without an open string. So once again, here, fourth position, I can't move the thumb anymore, but it's close enough that it's okay. Now here's where people get into issues. They'll try to reach back for something like that C sharp, and then the hand ends up being extended and the vibrato doesn't work anymore. Plus it feels tight and not comfortable. So here you just want to, don't even extend, just shift. Same thing here. You shift, you don't extend. My basic principle is that extensions and shifts do not mix. You want to either extend or shift, and if you're playing slow enough to vibrate, remember that the extension is a way to get to the next position, but don't stay extended while you vibrate. Now, one of my teachers, Bernard Greenhouse, he was really big on minimizing extensions because of the tension they cause in the hand, and he was an advocate of not doing extensions. He said that this came from his lessons with Feuermann, but we know, and Britton Smith the great principal cellist of the Houston Symphony, and I were engaged in a conversation about extensions many years ago on the Internet Cello Society cello forums, and he did his dissertation on Feuermann, and he knew that Feuermann did extensions. And if you look at videos of Bernard Greenhouse playing in the Beaux-Arts Trio, you'll see him do extensions too. But what he taught was something like that, D major scale, or that you would just do a short shift. He would call it like a little jump of the hand. Now, when I would watch him play, when I watch the wonderful videos of him playing, I see that he does extend and release. So anyway, watch for that when you're watching professional players play, and work on it in your own playing. The last thing I'll say about this, I would just practice going, and you might find this helpful to do pizzicato, so you're not thinking about your bow. Move your thumb and your second finger and let go of the first finger, and then bring your second finger, your first finger back along with your thumb and go. And you can make a game of that. You can do it. All over the cello. Okay, well, I've been talking for, let's see, how long? Over 8 minutes. Riley's getting restless. He wants to go for a walk. So we will see you guys and gals, and those of us who are gender non-binary. We'll see each other soon. Bye for now. Love the cello and have fun practicing.